Good morning, Griff. Cecilia, good morning. Welcome to the World Trade Center. Good morning, Jen. Good morning, Susie May. Welcome. Today is a very significant day in New York City history. On this very day, coming up at this very moment, 25 years ago, there was a massive 1,500-pound truck bomb in the basement of the World Trade Center. And it exploded, and over 1,000 people were injured. 6 people passed away. And we are here to remember 1993. Welcome. So there seems like to be a color guard over by the memorial, within the memorial, the plaque. Good to see you, Tracy. Good morning. Good morning, soon to be good afternoon. On February 26, 1993, a massive truck bomb blew up at around 12:17. So right as the lunch hour was beginning. Wow. Well, you could always celebrate. You know, life continues on, so don't let this damper your celebrations. Celebrate. That's what life is about. Good to see you, Wilbs. Welcome. Good morning, Ken. Welcome. Basically, we're just gonna walk around here. I may not do too much talking as we make our way around the site here. Not too many people out. It's pretty cold here in New York. It's about -4 Celsius, 28 degrees Fahrenheit. Good to see Dawn. Good morning. Good morning, Maria. Bonjour, Neville. Bonjour, bienvenue. I was thinking about, compared to 93, how different life is today. It's so different. It's so different. You remember feeling the vibration from the explosion? You were teaching at the time at 220 Henry. Wow, you remember that, Robert? Henry Street here in Lower Manhattan? In China? You're in Chinatown. Wow. Well, actually, right here, right at the beginning of Henry Street. Wow. And Robert was here. We're here by the South Tower. The memorial within the memorials at the North Tower. Even though the truck bomb was beneath the South Tower. Looks like we have a few people's birthdays today too. I realized when I woke up this morning, I was like, today's 25 years. I couldn't believe it, 25 years. I was 13 years old when this happened. I remember most of the camera folks, the media, they were set up over on Liberty Street by that old Sam Goody. If anyone remembers the old World Trade Center, you remember that old Sam Goody? Oh, I hear that. Yeah, I know. No, it's a good thing. No, it had to be. It had to be. So they're having some kind of ceremony right now. So what we're gonna do is when we get near the people, we're just gonna be quiet. Leave everyone some space. And yeah, there's a whole crew of people who come out here and do that. I don't think too many of the folks out here understand today's significance. Yeah, we're babies. I was on lunch break. I was in elementary school and I was on lunch break. And the news came out over the TV, and then because of where the transmitters were, we lost Channel 2 and Channel 7. No, sorry, we lost channel 7 and channel 4. We had channel 2 because channel 2 was on top of the Empire State Building. So it looks like we definitely have some words being said over here, and they have a press contingent proper. I don't know how close I could get. I don't think I could get too close. And everyone had cell phones. It's just thinking about how many few people had cell phones back then. Yeah, 25 years, Wilb, right? I was literally saying that this morning. I was like, wow, it's been 25 years. Thank you so much, Susie. And New York loves you right back. Hey, let's go around here. Let's see if we could get a little closer. If not, we'll come back here. Because I believe we're gonna... Good to see you there, Jamie. They might ring a bell in the next few minutes. You didn't miss anything. You didn't miss anything, Lori. Right? Yeah, beepers. Yeah, alphanumeric beepers. Yeah, beepers and payphones and all that. There's such a different time back then in '93. Such a different time. But we're coming up to the moment when the truck bomb exploded underneath the South Tower of the World Trade Center, 1993, February 26, 1993. And happened 17 minutes after the hour. So, let's see. It seems like over here might be a bit better. But as you see, everything is open. I know we did survive so long without cell phones. Yes, we did. Hello, TYC. Like a lot of people are, I can tell a lot of people are coming up on this, wondering what's going on. I had some guests from Great Britain today, and nobody knew what was going on. So, as my job as a tour guide, so they're officially doing the special ceremony at 12:18. They're doing it at 12:18. And they're going to ring a bell. Wow. We'll stand back here. We'll stand back here. They got to ring this bell. I gotta ring this bell at 12:18. I was thinking about how different the world was before cell phones and before all that. You don't remember TYC? You don't remember? It's February 26th. Absolutely. February 26th, 1993. Have officers standing by the plaque where it shows the 6 people who passed away today. Yes, I think they are Wilbs. I think they are going to do that. Correct. And I think they are. They got to ring the bell and they got to read the names. Oh, you wasn't even born. I was 13 years old, and I was on a lunch break. I was on a lunch break from my school. See a lot of press, media here in attendance. We're like the same age, Tracy. I graduated, I graduated elementary school in '94. Graduated elementary school. So you're a couple of years older than me. Yes, they did. Yes, they did, Laurie.
When you sit by the door, I thought you meant why don't you call everything?
But today, it's a little bit chilly today. Pretty cold today here in the city. Had a very windy ride over the Brooklyn Bridge. You was driving a bus back then. I'm amazed how much I remember, though. I'm amazed how much I remember of that day. Absolutely, Wilbs. Couldn't have said it better myself. Good morning, Guy Heyman. Still can't believe it's been 25 years. Time flies. Ooh, a little jump in the comments there. Good to see 80s music fan. Want to welcome Robert. Want to welcome Susie May. Absolutely, Wilbs. It's all good, Winky. Good to see you. So today's the 25th anniversary of the bombing here at the World Trade Center, truck bombing here at the World Trade Center. And I'm coming up to the moment, the very moment of it, which was 18 past the hour right now. I could imagine, Susie May. Oh, I don't know. I know she's been taking care of her mom, Lori. So, yeah. The official time they're saying here is 18 past, but I've heard 12:14 also. This time, it's all relative now. And I think we're gonna begin.
the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose footstripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Please sit. Good afternoon. I'm Alice Greenwald, President and CEO of the 9/11 Memorial and Museum, and it is my distinct honor to welcome you and to express our appreciation for joining us today as we pay tribute to the 6 innocent people killed, one of whom was a pregnant woman, and the over 1,000 who were injured in the first terrorist attack at the World Trade Center 26 years ago, excuse me. At the 9/11 Memorial and Museum, it is both our duty and our privilege to preserve the history of this tragic event, pay tribute to those 6 individuals whose names are etched in bronze on the panels beside us, stand in solidarity and shared grief with their families and their friends, recognize the endurance of those who survived, and honor the brave men and women who risked their lives to save others. The date of February 26th is engraved in our memories, and so year after year, we gather at this sacred place to show our support for those who mourn, as well as those who endured the chaos, the confusion, and the terror firsthand. I want to briefly acknowledge and welcome members of the Memorial and Museum's Board of Directors, elected officials, and distinguished guests in attendance today. Thank you all for gathering with us on this somber anniversary here at the Memorial's North Pool. I'd also like to thank Rick Cotton, Executive Director of the Port Authority, for joining us. The Port Authority and its staff have been stalwart leaders at this site and throughout the city. They've been champions of rebuilding and renewal. Their dedication to remembrance and their demonstration of resilience have been models for all of us. Rick, please join me at the podium, and we'd like to hear a few words. Thank you.
Thank you, Alice, and good afternoon. We're here today to remember the memories of those who died 26 years ago and to express our heartfelt condolences to the families of those loved ones. I'd also like to recall the more than 1,000 people who were injured that day, including our brave first responders. The resilience of those who lived through the tragic events of that day in 1993 is a testament to the strength of our humanity and our community. Each year since that event, the family members of those who died in 1993 have returned to this site to pray and to grieve, keeping alive the memories of their loved ones. With all due humility, since I joined the Port Authority a relatively recent time ago, I am here representing the 7,600 current employees of the Port Authority, as well as those past and present, to express our condolences and to remember those who died that day. During the past decade, we've made tremendous strides to rebuild this site bigger and better than ever before, as a testament to those who have lost their lives on these sacred grounds. The attacks on the World Trade Center of February 26th and September 11th represent terrible tragedies and wanton attacks. We have therefore gone to great lengths to make sure that the site provides the highest levels of safety and security for employees, tenants, visitors, and the surrounding community. But on the anniversaries of these terrible attacks, we believe that the greatest tribute we can pay to those who died and those who were injured is to bring this site back with more energy and more vibrancy than ever before. Please know that the Port Authority will always stand side by side with you. Please know that we will never forget, and we will continue to strive to prevent similar acts from happening in the future. In closing, I'd like to thank the 9/11 Memorial and Museum and its president, Alice Greenwald, for hosting this remembrance ceremony every year, so the family members have a fitting location to come and pay their respects to their loved ones. Again, I say to the families, the friends of the families, and all those gathered here today, we stand with you, and we will never forget. Thank you.
Thank you, Rick. On February 26, 1993, Charlie Makish was director of the World Trade Center Department at the Port Authority. Following the bombing, he was the senior executive in charge of recovery and reconstruction at the site. We are always so honored to have Charlie with us on this day of remembrance and commemoration. Charlie, please join me at the podium.
I'd just like to make an opening remark about the families gathering every year, families and the staff that were here on the 26th of February, 26 years ago. Of the 7 human beings that were killed that day, only one was not an employee, but 2 were not employees of the Port Authority, excuse me. The other 5 were Port Authority staff, Port Authority members, and World Trade Center family. So I also commend the staff of the World Trade Center that come every year and remember their colleagues and remember this solemn moment. I'd like to give a little bit of a different message. It was a little over 25 years ago that for the first time in U.S. history, we suffered a foreign terrorist attack, and it was here at the World Trade Center. We were then, and we are now, a free, open, and democratic society. But for those of you who can think back 25, 26 years ago and remember that long ago, the concept of free and open was different for us. We were pretty much unrestricted in our movements and our private lives. Restricted access at the Trade Center actually started at the tenant's door. There were no turnstiles, no extensive security camera systems, no extensive visitor identity checks, no bollards and concrete barriers ringing the exterior of the Trade Center, and there were no restrictions on access to the open parking in the below-grade areas. This is the case today, and it's the case today throughout the city of New York and throughout most of the major cities. The '93 bombing was a lesson, hard-learned, and a wake-up call. We know from experience and best practice that our safety sits upon 4 strong pillars. And I'd like to talk about each of them. First and foremost is an intelligence system that can interdict and prevent such attacks before they happen. The police commissioner in '93 and again on 9/11 was Ray Kelly. He provided leadership along with the Port Authority Police and the Port Authority senior officers to address this critical need of intelligence that's necessary to interdict and prevent. Many threats have been precluded through good intelligence and sound police work, and I commend the Port Authority Police for that. Second, a swift and effective response to such an attack should it occur. In '93, because of the darkened stairwells, the disabled communication systems, the lack of training of the building population itself, it took us almost 12 hours to totally and fully evacuate the 2 towers. Immediately after '93, we at the Port Authority and the World Trade Center installed a new extensive communication system, fire life safety system, battery-packed emergency lighting, and many other improvements in systems and practices, such as doing evacuation drills instead of fire drills. Some of you may recall the old fire drills where you gathered in the hall and were given instructions. But after 9/11, they turned into evacuation drills where people actually went down the stairs so they became familiar with the exit routes. On 9/11, the majority of those below the floors where the planes had struck were evacuated within the hour before the towers collapsed. The Port Authority and staff and its leaders were leaders in the industry in implementing these changes. Many lives were saved on 9/11 by virtue of the wake-up call that we received in '93. The third pillar is restoration. And I think that this is a remarkable achievement on the part of the Port Authority and its staff. In '93, a 1,500-pound bomb exploded in the below-grade parking garage of the World Trade Center, literally disemboweling it of all of its systems: power, elevator, fire alarm, life safety systems, communication systems, domestic water, generator power, and many other support systems. The bomb exploded at 12:18, killing 6 people and an unborn child, and injuring thousands of others, as has been noted before. In spite of the losses, the Port Authority staff, who had lost their colleagues, and its leaders responded immediately and effectively. We knew there was only one response we could give to those who were attempting to disrupt our free and open society: you will not succeed. And that was the cry that rang out in '93. Get the Trade Center back. Lights in the tower were back on that night. In just 3 weeks, on March 19th, we reopened for business with some temporary systems, quick fixes, and some ingenious engineering, by the way. Prior to its reopening, new security and safety systems and protocols were in place. The perimeter of the Trade Center was hardened with concrete barriers. We needed to mitigate the fear and trauma by restoring the confidence of the public and tenants that it was safe and secure to re-enter, and we did. The fourth pillar is recovery, a return to our normal way of life. Free of crippling fear is the key to the preservation of a free and open and democratic society. Critical to the accomplishment of that goal is the remembering, the learning, the understanding of what threatens us and what threatens our continued democratic existence. Not only did we accomplish that after the '93 attack, and when 9/11 happened, we showed tremendous strength and courage. The 9/11 Memorial Museum has chronicled the progression of these events and the changes to societal practices. From the '93 bombing, that we're here today to recognize those losses, to and after the 9/11 event. The museum, through presentation, explanation, education, serves as an essential tool in the preservation of our free, open, and democratic society. Alice, our hats are off to you, your staff, the board of the museum, and all who were instrumental in its concept, design, and implementation. I commend the museum to everybody. Anybody that hasn't seen it, I would suggest that you please do go see it. It is an education. I want to thank you all for coming today and for listening. Now I'm going to call up Nicole Knapp, and I'm going to call up Steve Knapp Jr. Steve Knapp was only about a little guy back then, 26 years ago. Nicole is Steve Knapp's senior's granddaughter, and they will be reading the names of those that perished in '93.
John D. Giovanni, Robert Kirkpatrick, my father, Stephen Knapp.
William Macco, Wilfredo Mercado, Monica Rodriguez Smith, and her unborn child, baby Eddie.
Thank you, Nicole, Stephen, and Charlie. I'd like now to invite Stephen and Nicole and any other family members of those killed 26 years ago today to lead us in laying roses at the names of their loved ones, a ritual we do every year in honor of those we've lost. Once the families have placed their roses, I invite survivors of the 1993 bombing, first responders, and all guests who wish to do so to join in making the same gesture of tribute, which marks the end of our commemorative program today, but not the end of our remembering. As you can see, the void in our midst is the memory at the heart of the World Trade Center, but the redevelopment that is all around us is about the renewal, and these go hand in hand. Thank you all for being with us today to mark this anniversary. Please join us in laying roses. Thank you.
have it. Yeah, you're more than welcome, Josh. Absolutely, Bob. Never forget. It is really a testament to how much has been rebuilt in this time. I forgot this street is closed. This street is closed. Let's walk around. Let's walk around. You're more than welcome, Joe. That's what we do here, Susie May. We remember, we have feelings. It's good to cry every now and then. You're more than welcome, Cecilia. Well, there you have it. Yeah, let's not talk about that, Laurie. We're not going to talk about budget funding and who's doing what, when, and where. And subway station, truly a testament to what has happened and the building back that we have here. So, as we always say, we never forget, but we always remember. Always remember, never forget, and we move on. We move on, and part of moving on is hopping on the train. So let's hop on the train. But before we hop on the train, let's walk around right by the past train station. I'm going to try to visualize for you guys what happened at this very moment, 26 years ago. As we go into Santiago Calatrava's Oculus. As we go into the Oculus, we'll be some of the 40% of everyone who actually uses this as a train station. All right. You're more than welcome, Wilps. It was nice and warm in here. So as you see, this is the fun part. Look at this. Look at all this life happening. All this life happening in here. So here on this end of the Oculus, we would be actually just on the edge of the massive 8-story tall crater that was created by that horrible explosion. 1,500 pounds of manure was exploded. Now the one train station was damaged, but I'm going to actually show you where the collapse actually happened. Let's go down the other level here. Let's go down another level. This whole space here is a testament to the engineering, the wherewithal of everyone who we've lost. This is a transit hub. This is the Oculus, which links up with the Fulton Street Transit Center, the PATH train. And of course, you know, there was a mall Some people get upset. Oh, they put a mall there. Well, there was a mall here before. There was a mall here before. But let's actually see where this bombing actually happened. There's so much life going on here. We got a green market going on. I'm so happy to see the green market here. Absolutely. Still driving. Absolutely, Wilbs. All right. Here we are. Like life goes on. That's the best way to pay tribute. As life goes on, you know, you grab yourself some fruit here at the green market. And I'm so happy to see the green market up and running. When it's a little bit warmer, this is just outside on Fulton Street. But how do you pay tribute to everyone we lost 26 years ago? You come out here, you spend some money. That's how we do it here in New York. This is surreal now. Like looking at this, looking at all these people, all this life happening right here. Everyone coming. It looks like the PATH train just let out, so a bunch of people are coming off the PATH train right now. But this is how you pay tribute. This is how you pay tribute. Okay, it's all these people. I'm loving it. It's all these people coming out of the PATH train right now. So we're coming up on the area now where if we were here 26 years ago, this would be the crater right here. So the area where the museum is, and especially this area right here around the PATH train, this whole area where I'm standing, where these people are walking, this entrance into the PATH train, this is where it happened. This is where that massive 1,500-pound truck bomb went off, right here. Exactly. Keep on living life. Keep on living life. I remember when there were some people saying after September 11th that they should never build anything again. And then us New Yorkers are like, what, are you kidding me? Doing great, Ted. I would love to jump on a train to Hoboken, but I got no business in Hoboken right now. But we will be going out to Jersey City soon. So get ready for that. We will be going out to Jersey City. But right here, exactly, we do exactly what we want to do. But right here where I'm standing, this would have been the massive crater that was created by the explosion. We were kind of floating in the air right now by where we're walking. The museum is just underneath us. And then over by where those escalators are, that's where the PATH train platforms are. And the PATH train platforms are in the exact same spot as they were before September 11th. So, there you go, Laurie. But right here where all this amazing life is going on, this is where it would have been. We would have been right here. Would have been right here. Well, very emotional live stream. I knew this was going to be emotional. Yeah, it's the Garden State, exactly. Very emotional live stream here. It is an awesome building. You imagine? So let's just play out this scenario for everyone. Since if you've never been here before, let me get exactly in the middle here, so we could get the full experience. So you imagine coming off your PATH train, right? You're coming off your PATH train. You're coming from New Jersey. You're coming into work. And I don't know if you guys remember the old World Trade Center, but the old World Trade Center going into the PATH train, there used to be like this bank of escalators. There was like 10 or 15 or 20 escalators. And they used to be all together. Well, now it's a little bit different. And absolutely, Susie May. But imagine coming off your train, and then this is how you get to work. Look at this view here. Imagine getting, I mean, this is, how can you not feel inspired to go to work every morning and see this? You're more than welcome, Susie May. How can you not feel inspired getting to work when you see this? Even on cloudy days, it's light in here. Right? You remember Cup of Joe? That big bank of escalators? There's so many great pictures and videos of it. There's so many artists used it. So technically, the mall is run by the, what's it called again? Westfield? But it's all owned by the Silverstein Properties. Look at that. How can you not feel inspired getting to work and seeing this? How can you not? Now let me show you guys the original piece of the World Trade Center here amongst the new World Trade Center. And then we'll hop on the subway. Let's go up these escalators here. Do a little loop around here. And when you get out of the PATH train, you have access to the E and the R trains, the yellow line and the blue line. And then if you walk across the corridor along Fulton Street, you will encounter the Fulton Street Transit Hub. Over there, you can grab the JMZ 2345 and the A and the C trains. Absolutely, Joe. Absolutely. But actually, not a lot of taxpayer money went into this. There's a lot of private investment went into this. Really, the private investment built this kind of stuff, but the public investment went into the infrastructure, because the infrastructure by far was some of the most complicated and most expensive of the entire job. You wish you could do this in Chicago. You could do this in Chicago. Just get out of your house. Just get out of your house and film. Chicago has lots of content in Chicago. Lots of content in Chicago. Wait, actually, oh no, my stairs are over there. My stairs are over there. I mean, then again, New York is New York, so. Oh, Ashley, wait, she's giving out candy. Let's get a candy. Let's get a candy. Ooh, are you giving away candy? What is this? Thank you. All right, thank you. Let's see what it is. Oh, it's a gummy bear, everybody. It's a really fancy, probably gluten-free and vegan gummy bear. So now we walk up these stairs here. And we're going to be back in 1973 when we get to the top of these stairs here. Yeah, gummy bears. I'll eat it when we wait for the train. And I will give you my review. But here it is. Here is the original portal. So this used to take you into the mall. And this is the original World Trade Center concourse. Right here. This was all built in, yeah, maybe a weed gummy. This was opened up in 1973. But here amongst the new building is this entranceway here. And this is New York. This floor right here. New York in the 1970s. And then here's the door that they preserved. Basically, the marking is saying that it was checked for people and that, this says it's unsafe. It's unsafe to come in. But this is the original portal right here. And I have gone through these doors in my teenage years. So I very much remember this entranceway. He was 6 years old in 73. There you go. All right, let's hop on the train. Right? Tracy, it's amazing. This is what I love. This is why I like doing these live streams. It's because I could take you guys out here. Where's my Metro card? I could take you guys out here and you could experience. Now, the one silver lining that happened after 9/11 is we tied in all of our different transit systems. So I'm about to do a transfer that did not exist before September 11th. So here is the last stop of the E train, the blue line. But we turn around over here, and then this is original. I remember when they put these guys in the late 90s. I remember they put these eyeballs in. But then, and you see there's the concourse, and that takes you into the Oculus now. But this right here, this is brand new. And this links up the E train with the R and W trains. And it is a new way to get around. You're more than welcome, Tracy. I'll be the first to tell you, the city is not for everybody. I will be the first to tell you that. But now, let me open up this very nice little gummy and see. Oh, thank you so much, Susie May. It'll be fun. It will be fun. Well, I can tell you it's not a weed gummy. You make me suffer, good. But look, here's my ride. Arch, I'm home, baby. I want to thank everyone. Good to see you, Jim. I want to thank everyone for tuning on in. And this gummy bear is really good. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. It was a lot of fun. Well, we never forget. We always remember. But I want to thank everyone for tuning on in. Have a great New York day, whether you live here or not. Hug your loved ones. Cherish your moments. And good afternoon and good night, Mrs. Calabash. Wherever you are. I'll see you guys soon, folks. Bye-bye. More than welcome, Carl. It's all good, Mary. I will see you guys soon. Bye-bye.